Woo! What's going on, y'all? To the Fenarios podcast. I guess that's the name that I decided on. I know I've been giving y'all different names every time, or it's a working title, but we just went with the Fenarios podcast, Fenarios show. However, it grows into be. I'm actually interested to see how much this thing grows. So today, y'all, I have a special guest. She is running around the studio / home to charge her phone. But this is a y'all already recognize her. This is my homie. We go back to
the Fortress.
The Fortress. We go back to like 2011, 2012?
2011?
Yeah.
2011.
So Gail Bean is her name. Gail Bean. Gail motherfucking Bean. Y'all gonna remember that name.
Big Bean.
Big Bean. Okay,
Yeah.
Big Bean. You know what I'm saying?
So that leveled up around here.
Hey, talk that talk then. We like that talk here. We like that spicy. You know what I'm saying? So me and Gail have known each other for years, and to see her career just blossom, I remember the days when we used to
It's been a decade.
Write. Damn, we old. Yeah.
2011, and we now in 2021.
Hey. It take 10 years to be an overnight success. Look at you. Hey, but I remember I remember when you moved to LA, and just to see your career blossom and see you on a major TV show that everybody is talking about. I see the posts. I'm like, damn. Like people be like, no. Gail is killing it. Like when I tell people, I'm like, yeah, that's my homegirl. Like what? Like her? Yes, yeah. Like I know her. Like
You recorded me. You recorded my monologue to get my first agent.
Oh damn.
I'll never forget. We were sitting in your room. Yeah, you recorded my first monologue to get my first agent.
We go back so far, and I thought about this the other day. We go back so far. You remember when the girlfriend at the time that I was dating didn't like you?
Okay, so
and we had got into it was like a little.
Okay, and this is the thing. I got on flip flops today, and I was gonna bring my toenail polish remover because I was like, I need to take the polish off my toes, and I was like, oh my god, it just made me think of the whole incident because when the girl that you had at the time, we ain't even gonna call that. We just gonna say when the thing of the past was.
Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. We moving on. It's no disrespect to her. I'm just saying, just fuck that.
Yeah. But I was polishing my toes, I think, in your room.
Yeah.
And that was like, because we were having a celebration party because me and Lonnie had been working day and night on this script that we was trying to pitch at the time to Overbrook. They had a little competition going on. We were trying to put our script in there. So we were working like day and night, and we finally finished. Yeah. So his roommates and just we were celebrating that we finally had accomplished something.
Yep.
Trying to celebrate our accomplishments.
Yep.
And Lonnie was going to Morehouse at the time, so I knew it was going to be some shit up in there. So I was like, let me go ahead and polish my toes, get me looking fine real quick. And yeah, the girl at the time had came in the room, her and her friends. So they came in there trying to intimidate me. I don't know who the fuck they thought they were finna come up on, but it was a no.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, and it was like, why you polishing your toes? Because it's about to be some fine niggas out there. And it was like, why you in his room? Because he's my friend. Like, I could be in anybody. I was cool with everybody in that house. I could have been in anybody's room.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. I'm very hospitable. I'm very open. I'm very like, my friends, make yourself at home.
Mi casa es su casa.
At the time, my girlfriend, it was funny because my girlfriend was actually cool because I actually explained the situation. It was her friends that she allowed to get in her head and create another situation. So they were convinced that me and Gail were, but it was never the case.
Never.
And that's not even nothing to lie about. It was just like, no, me and Gail, we just spent a lot of time together writing and creating art. Like, that's just it. So we were always comfortable. Like, it would be nothing for, like, I genuinely, like.
We liked creating with each other. We supported one another. We wanted each other to win. My dude at the time was very aware of Lonnie. Mm-hmm. My friends were. He was aware. I was aware of his girl, his friends. Like, just, it wasn't that type of space or energy.
Yeah, ever. Like,
and at the time, I legit had a crush on one of his roommates, DJ.
Yeah.
And I think everybody knew, but at the time I was dating someone who went to Georgia Tech. I think DJ went to Georgia Tech or was about to. And I wasn't trying to, like, I was a good girlfriend. I was faithful. Wasn't making no passes or nothing. None of that. So, yeah, that was just.
Yeah, I mean, and I looking at it now, I could see why, because you hear all the stories of people saying that this is my best friend or friend, whatever,
Yeah,
and
but
it'd be more than that. But it genuinely was never that.
And then I always feel like if you're in a relationship, with someone, take them at their word. Like, don't allow the world or the people who not in y'all relationship to get inside it and poison it. Like,
either you trust them or you don't. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I'm telling you this. I'm telling you what it is. They always be like, it looked like, but it don't matter what it looked like. Yeah. I told you what it is.
Yeah.
So either you trust that or you don't.
It's like don't come in this with no partial trust. Like, I kind of trust you. No. Either you do or you don't. It's not a thing of like, and don't choose when you gonna trust me.
Yeah.
I trust you with that bitch, but I don't trust you with this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Just trust me with all bitches if that's what it's gonna be. And no.
Oh, I missed home. Oh, I missed Atlanta.
So
people in LA is not saying bitches.
They not.
Too short is.
It's funny. Okay, we're gonna get into all that. So continuing with my introduction, this is my homegirl. This is Gail Bean. Y'all know her from Snowfall. She's on there. She also give me the title of the movie we went, because when I went to the premiere, I can't think of the movie when you were with the Fitzgerald boy from Scandal.
The Belko Experiment.
Belko Experiment. Thank you.
Yes.
I could not think of that. She was in the Belko Experiment. I remember going to see it, and me and DJ, we came when you and your family rented out the theater. Y'all bought the tickets and stuff. And so just to see your career, let me first off just start by saying, just congratulations on all your success.
Thank you, Lonnie.
And I am so happy.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you. And in another 10 years, this conversation is going to be even more elevated on a whole bigger platform, and all of that stuff. You might see us on the red carpet. Whatever.
You will. We ain't gonna.
You will.
And just a quick little background. So me and Lonnie we met. We was both living in Atlanta. I'm from here. He from Milwaukee. And then I moved to LA. Lonnie moved to LA briefly. And then he moved back. And now I just moved back. So we've seen our careers, the ups, the downs, the takeoffs in so many different places. And this is like a full circle moment.
Yeah.
This is a full circle moment.
For sure. I remember when we were at the Rodney Perry's thing, and you came up to me. Like, you had gave me this. You was just like, who is this nigga? Like, who? And I was like, who is this girl? Like, she keep like, but we engaged in conversation, and then we found out like, oh, okay, shit, yeah, you cool. Yeah, let's get up and do something. And then we linked, and literally we just have known each other since then. It was like instant, like, cool.
Yeah.
Like, the minute I had met her.
And it wasn't like, when you see a person, you be like, oh, I want to fuck him. Like, it wasn't that. It was like, it was an energy of like, we can do some great things together. Mm-hmm. And let me figure out how I can help you.
Yeah, how we can help each other.
Yes. So it was just that. We and like you said, we met at Rodney Perry's. That was a space where everybody who I met in Rodney's interaction. Rodney is my mentor, but everybody whom I've met through him in that circle, in that space, when he was my teacher at the Green Room for improv, it's been great. They've been doing great between Nikki Nicole, Rob Hayes, comedian Rob Hayes. He lives in New York now.
Yeah, he's a writer.
Just everybody.
He wrote a few skits for me.
For real?
Yeah, he just sent them to me. That's crazy, right?
Him.
And I just talked to Rodney Perry on live maybe 2 weeks ago.
I love him. Coming to America too is coming out March 5th.
Who in that?
Rodney's in that.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
March 5th on Amazon.
First off, the fact that they sold that thing for over $100 million to Amazon is wild.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, they sold it for like, I think it's $124 million.
Oh, it's going to do stupid numbers now.
Amazon bought the rights to it, so it'll be exclusively on Amazon. So that's
awesome.
Amazing. Like
that's
that,
awesome.
I don't think ever in the history, well, obviously we live in a new time, but never that's been done. So, but I wanted to have you on the show just to talk about the actress side of things. We don't get a lot of the Hollywood insight on things. So just kind of like, how is it? Let's start with Snowfall. That's okay. The most prominent thing right now. But without a shadow of a doubt, I don't doubt that you're gonna have your own lead role in something like your own show or something. Like I know it's coming. So talk to us about the Snowfall and how did that come about for you?
Well, thank you. I literally feel like between God and the ancestors and just me, manifestation is real. So I met John Singleton. We all have known him and known his work, but I met John Singleton in 2012. He came to my acting class. I was at AOA.
Okay.
It was kind of like
This in LA, right?
No, AOA, Alchemy of Acting. It was in Atlanta.
Okay.
It's dissipated now, but at the time it was thriving. A lot of great people have come out of there. Isaiah, who plays Leon, was actually in AOA.
Okay.
Adriana Mitchell, she's on Snowfall this season as Tanasi, Franklin's love interest. She was in AOA. So a lot of great people came up out of there.
Okay.
Angela, Angela Cole, she's on Bigger, beautiful Asian girl. There's so many people from AOA that are thriving and doing their thing. Stephen Barrington, Valeria, so I'm just so proud and happy and thankful to be a part of that group.
Okay.
Now the teacher at the time, she had a really great relationship with John. She has a great relationship with a lot of people in the industry, but John was more so like her mentor, taught her a lot about all things art. All films had her. She just spoke so highly of him. And one day she invited him to, whenever he'd be in Atlanta, to come speak to her class. So he was in town. He came, he spoke to us, and they've always called me like Lil Taraji. So they let him know, like, this is Lil Taraji. And it was just so great. And I was like, oh my God. Ever since then, I already knew I wanted to work with him, but ever since that moment, I was like, we're going to work together. He's this close. I'm not going to never let a person or opportunity get that close and then not take advantage of it. My teacher always told us there's 1% of people who go after their dreams that actually make it. So that's why on my finger I have Roman number 1, and then on the inside it's a percentage sign, because I feel like I always knew when she said that, I was like, she talking about me. I'm gonna be that 1%. Okay. I hadn't done shit, but I was like, I'm that 1%. I'm gonna be that 1%. So then that was in 2012. Moved to LA August 1st, 2013. 2014 August, I booked Unexpected. Did that. It went to Sundance.
That was the movie where you were the pregnant, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Shot in Chicago. So then that was 2015. It went to Sundance. I got a manager, Doreen Wilcox Little, with Anonymous Content. And after a year with my same agent, I just felt, I needed some change. So I got with a different agency. I'm now with Innovative Artists Agency, which I love.
Okay.
And I heard about Snowfall. When I heard about it, I was like, hey.
Heard about, they were.
That, they do the different releases of, this person has a show coming out. Or they got a first look deal. Okay. Or this pilot is being greenlit. So I was like,
so this is before it was even on. Okay.
Anything. I said, Snowfall is casting. It's a pilot. It's a John Singleton project. And I sent that email to my reps, to my manager. And she was like, I don't think there's a role in it for you. For your age, there's not a role big enough in it for you. Okay. So I was like, okay. Something happened where they recast the whole pilot. Okay. I said, hey, they're recasting. Another email, hey, they're recasting. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And she was like, yeah, I'm not seeing anything. So I was like, damn, okay. So then I was like, well, just keep a lookout, keep an eye. And I kept, emailing them about it. And then it's so crazy because it was like this happened from 2015, 2016. 2017, I think, was the that happened where I think they shot the pilot or something. Okay. Shot the season 1. It came out. I was in Detroit. I had filmed Detroiters. Okay. So me and John watched it. Me and John Conyers. John Con. We watched the whole. You remember when I was out there that whole summer? Yeah. So we watched Snowfall because I tried to watch it because my homeboy Malcolm Mays was on it and I just could not get into it. I was like, this is moving too slow.
You talking about Snowfall?
Yeah, season 1. I was like, it ain't for me. Okay. Tried it like 3 different times because I wanted to support him and I was like, I ain't. So then one night, me and John used to kick it, drink, good friends, and he was like, this show I love. So I was like, all right. We was drinking. I was like, all right, I'll watch it. We watched it. We watched the whole season 1. It was great. I was like, okay, cool. I watched it. I can say I watched it. Yeah. So then 2018, and with being in LA, I was kind of afraid in the beginning to ever really leave LA because I didn't want to miss out on an audition or something. Okay. So not 2018, 2017 for my birthday, I actually went to Chicago because I had some friends who were shooting a web series. They wanted me in it. They was like, we'll fly you out. We'll put you up, whatever. It was great. Had a great time. While I was out there, when I at the time, I wasn't even thinking about Snowfall no more. I get an audition for Snowfall.
Crazy.
I'm crazy. Like, what the fuck? The one time I'm gone, I never leave. The one time I'm gone. So I emailed my reps. I'm like, look, I'm out of town for my birthday. Because I didn't want to tell them I was out of town doing a web series. I knew it was going to be like frowned upon. Yeah. Like a bunch of shit. So I was like, I'm out of town for my birthday. I'm in Chicago, and then I'm going to Atlanta. I won't be back to LA until December 11th. Can we push the audition back? Can we get it moved? Yeah. They was like, nah, but you could self-tape. So now I had to ask the people who were recording because I didn't have any material, any like lights,
cameras,
no camera, none of that. I had to ask the DP and the director who were recording the web series after set one day, can they put me on tape for this audition?
Yeah.
So we had a full day of filming, and then after filming the show, I had to record my audition. And the DP, super great, Nathan Salter, he's doing amazing things. He was like, I'm tired. Can we just do it tomorrow? And I was like, nah, I got to do this now. I got to do this now. So the director, Leo Gilbert.
Shout out Leo Gilbert.
Has won like a lot of awards. He's super cool, super amazing, great person. His dad was the executive producer on Unexpected.
Okay.
So that's how the network. The network is always there and building.
Your network is your net worth.
When he reached out, asked me to be on Velvet web series, I was like, sure. Like, I love him. Mm-hmm. So sure, but it was that relationship. Like, there's people who will reach out on behalf of you.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes I'm like, I'm going to respond on behalf of you, but then if it's not something that I feel connected to or aligned with, I have to turn it down.
For sure.
But I'm going to simply, at the end of the day, give them a time of day off the strength of you.
Yeah. Okay.
So he was like, I got you. Nathan let him use his camera. He was like, I'll record you.
Okay.
Record that, killed that, booked that. My homegirl, B. Smith, Brittany Love, Brittany Love recorded me. Mm-hmm. I mean, she read with me.
Okay.
And Leo recorded me, sent it in. They was like, they love you. They love you. Everybody loves you. Will you still be back in town December 11th, or has that changed? I was like, I'll be there. They was like, okay, they want to do a chemistry test. So I knew it was going to be with Isaiah. Now, even though we were in the same class, it was at different times, so we never met.
Got you. Okay.
So I was sitting out, but I felt really good and really confident in it. I know when it's a chemistry test, it's going to be like you and two. It's down to the final 3.
Yeah.
They're trying to see if you got chemistry with the other actor.
Better than, okay.
So he's there. We talked a little bit before, which was good. Mm-hmm. Also, D-Ray was there.
D-Ray Davis?
D-Ray Davis. And I'm really big on like signs and intuition and the omens. And I had just left Atlanta, because after Chicago, I went to Atlanta.
Okay.
Me and my brother and my sister-in-law, my sister, Candace, and Lionel had watched D-Ray's stand-up.
Okay.
And John Singleton was in the audience. He shouted. It was so much. So I was like, oh, these are the omens. So when I saw D-Ray, I wasn't even worried about shit else. I texted my brother. I said, D-Ray here. I'm booking it. This is a sign. This is the omens. In the bag. I said, we just watched his stand-up. We just saw John in the audience in his stand-up. This is done. I ain't got no worries.
Yeah.
And I be looking for the omens, too. It's like, they there. If you pay attention, you just have to operate at a level of awareness and observe. So me and Isaiah talked a little bit before, not too much, just, I said, hey, just to get the, hey, what's up, feel the energy out. So that way when we do the audition, my first time speaking to you, hearing your voice is not on camera in an audition in front of 16 people.
Got you. Okay.
Walked in the room, it was, I think, either 12 or 15, because I remember there was, I can't remember if it was 13 or 16, but one person wasn't there. So I killed the audition, but, they was like, my reps hit me, was like, they loved you, but one person wasn't there. They still have to show him the tape, and then they'll get back to us.
Okay.
I was like, okay. And then next thing you know, the year wasn't even over with. I had booked it.
Crazy.
So December 2017, I was now on Snowfall come January 2018 for 9 episodes.
Hey, and this was season 2? 2.
Season
okay.
2.
So you
and
came
it kind of just manifested. And I look back, because I have the emails. I look back and I see like all those emails I sent, like added. But so many projects I'm realizing come back around. So I always feel like everything goes and happens exactly how it's supposed to. Mm-hmm. It happened the same way with Atlanta. It happened the same way with this show that I'm about to be on.
Okay.
I can't speak on it yet.
Okay.
Happened the same way with games people play. It comes back around. So I don't never have no ill feelings. I'm like, okay, cool, that wasn't for me.
Yeah.
It's something else in store, or something bigger. Like, that was all a part of the plan. Maybe I was just supposed to go in there and audition for the exposure.
Yeah.
They were supposed to see me. They were supposed to become a fan of me.
Yeah.
That wasn't for that, but something else come back around.
So what's the craziest story that I remember you telling me when you were in the auditions? I think you were working. You had a job at the time. Like, you were working.
Probably at the airlines.
Yeah. Steven Spielberg. I will never forget when you called me, and I'm like, no, what you did? No, like I'm talking about like the Steven Spielberg, like the white man. Like we talking about like the man of like.
That was manifestation too.
It's like a different level with him. Like Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, like all of these people are like gods, like in the film industry. So for a black woman to have told me that she was like, you know what I'm saying, auditioning for, I'm like, oh, what? Because this was Power Rangers at the time, wasn't it? Was it around that time?
No, this was, okay, Power Rangers had happened, but that audition was for, what's the movie he had that came out where it was in a simulation? It was like a game simulation.
Ready Player One.
It was for Ready Player One.
Okay. Okay. Fire. So when I remember, like, that story is one of the stories, one of the many that always sticks out, because I remember you calling and telling me that, and I was like, wow. Whoa, like, oh no. I was like, I remember saying, like, Gail, like you're actually doing things out here. Like you are no longer just like a starving artist. Like it was like, no, this is you. This is you. This is what you were called to do. Like, thank you. Everybody don't get that chance. So man. Even when you told me that was super dope. So okay, so keep going. And so now you're on season 2.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so okay. So for one, I was still a starving artist. They wanted me. I put an audition on tape. Self tapes is the shit. Okay. Even though with COVID, they have become like, that's all we do. I would like some in-person interaction. But Steven Spielberg had flew me. I was a starving artist at the time. I had put an audition on tape. They loved it. The casting director loved it, wanted to do a callback in person. My manager was like, which is the reason it's good to have a manager or agent or just negotiate. It's just good to negotiate. Mm-hmm. And my manager was like, well, look, I mean, she's an actor and she hasn't made it yet. If you want her to come for a callback, you're going to have to fly her out and put her up because she can't afford it.
Got you. Okay.
So they flew me from LA to New York. They was like, cool, we want her.
Easy. Okay.
Flew me from LA to New York, put me up in the hotel. I ran into one of the DJs. I can't remember, one of the future, DJ Esco. Yeah, and I was like, oh shit, I'm seeing home. This shit finna go real good. It's an omen. So I felt good about it. Called my dad. My dad reminded me, like, look, you happy, you excited, you hype, you grateful to be there. But at the end of the day, they're also grateful to have you. Yeah. Don't forget who you are. Don't allow nobody to make you forget who the fuck you are.
They called you.
Yeah.
They called you.
So walked to the audition because it was right up street. And they were so just welcoming. It was such a good energy, good space. Killed the audition. Steven Spielberg asked me at the end, you're so great. He said he talked to me for like forever. Like it was a good long getting to know me, getting to know about me, my family, my path.
Y'all don't understand how big
classes
this is.
I took.
This is Steven Spielberg.
How I got to this point as an actress, letting me know I was so talented. And he definitely looked forward to working with me. And then he was like, can I hug you? I said yes.
Bring it in.
I said yes because I told him, I said yes. Can you hug me? Because I'm gonna tell everybody I hug Steven Spielberg. Hell yeah, bring your ass, bring it in,
please.
And then the casting director, she was so sweet, so amazing. Hugged me, kissed both cheeks, and it was like I was great. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, I didn't get it, but it did exactly what it was supposed to do. I made him a fan of me. I let him. He respected my career. He told me to move to New York. He was like, why don't you live in New York? You don't come off like an LA person. I told him, for one, New York was too damn expensive. I would love to live there.
LA is expensive too.
And it was too cold. New York was the first place I wanted. I really wanted to move to New York over LA, but I felt like I didn't have the money. I said I could be broke in LA. I can't be broke in New York. I can't be broke and cold. Okay. So that was just, it really definitely did something for me. But I do feel that was a manifestation because every morning I used to wake up and say, thank you, God, for making me the Leonardo DiCaprio to Steven Spielberg's Martin Scorsese. Okay. I had put it on my vision board. So it all just manifested so beautifully. I didn't get it, and that's okay. I'm kind of aware of so many different factors why I didn't, but it just, at the end of the day, it boils down to it wasn't for me. Yeah. I'm still going to work with him in the future. Yeah. I'm still going to be his Leonardo. We're going to form this friendship bond, greatness. And I just think that's been the beautiful part of my career, like with manifesting things, with just God and the ancestors looking out because, okay, Snowfall happened. That was great.
Yeah.
That was season 2. Boom. Season 3, some changes were made.
Yeah.
I got a soror, Tash. She's an amazing writer. She wrote on Power. She's now like she's just doing so much. But at the time for season 3, she was a writer on Snowfall. She LA all day. Like it's in her.
Yeah.
Born and raised. And she's a Delta.
Hey.
She's
Shout
a soror.
out.
And
Shout
listen,
out.
God blessing all the Deltas.
Had to drop that. Yeah, TK Delta. Yeah.
Shout out to TK. God blessing all the Deltas.
So let me ask you this before we get off Snowfall a little bit. But how was the transition because you were a part of it when John Singleton had passed away, R.I.P. him. But how was that whole thing and dealing with? Did y'all have any hang-ups or anything, or was it a smooth transition during that process? Because once I heard the news, I was like, damn, what's gonna happen to the show? I didn't know, but it's still being made and stuff. So how was that? Was it a very you can talk about it in any standpoint, business-wise, emotion-wise, whatever it was.
R.I.P. John, I do feel so business continued as usual, but that's because we knew there were going to be people looking for us to drop the ball because he passed. And we felt it would be a slap in his face to everything he's done in his legacy, in his last dying moments, had we dropped the ball.
Okay.
So, I mean, of course, we visited the hospital. We prayed. We were sad, but we knew that we had to keep going. It was definitely a transition and a change everywhere.
Yeah.
Because there's some people who, it was definitely a transition and a change everywhere because it's just sometimes that I do feel he was that glue that held everything together. And now it's like we just have Band-Aids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we just hope, we don't know how long it'll go. We're just hoping that we continue to move forward with what he's already instilled in us.
Yeah.
What he's already deposited, what he's shown us, and going from that. The beautiful thing about it is that his cousin Smokey is a part of it. This is a part of their story. This is real life. There are definitely people involved who are LA 80s, who is LA through and through.
Yeah.
To help us make sure we stay on track. Dubsy's still a part of it. So we're grateful to have people, one, who were there in the beginning when he laid the groundwork, and also there back when it first even happened. Yeah. To be able to reflect and see and know. But it was definitely something that you have to get used to, because he was on set every day. Yeah. He only directed the season finale, but he was on set every day. Then he died in the middle of season 3 while we were filming me and Rain's episode. I was gonna call her old girl to say Melody, but her name is Rain Edwards. She's a phenomenal actress.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to Rain. Go watch The Wilds on Amazon Prime. But he died in the middle of us filming that. That episode.
That's crazy. That and I don't even know if you've thought about this, but do you realize that you are a part of a timepiece that is telling Black history and such a crucial time period? This is Black people in the 80s when the crack epidemic is like, this is what changed the trajectory of African Americans. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you are part of that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you are stamped in the history book now. You get what I'm saying? Like you and your role, as well as the entire show, like, you're a part of this thing.
Thank you.
And this is very important now too, because we got Judas and Messiahs, we got the Malcolm X that just came out that, we found out that. So like, all of these things are crucial to, I don't even want to, like, just helping Black people see the things that were going on, and also the younger generations who weren't alive during the 80s, like seeing what our parents had to go through, you know what I'm saying? Seeing how drugs affected us, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you were part of that. Like, that's crazy.
I'm learning so much, even with, cause so like, I mean, of course, I feel like any Black person may know some crackhead. So all of the crackheads that are in my life, from family to, family, I don't have any friends that are on crack, but, or just people that, I do, friends like in LA from Skid Row and stuff, but all of the people who were affected by crack or are crack addicts in my life, I've only known them as a drug addict. I've never seen the before.
Okay.
I wasn't young enough to see them.
Okay.
I haven't lived long enough to see them before crack.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is giving me an inside look on, it humanizes the addiction.
Yeah.
An inside look on what they were before that.
Yeah.
And why, like, I had an Uncle Albert who walked the streets, was on crack, on multiple drugs, heroin, a few things. And I just didn't understand. Like, to me, I mean, I was young. I didn't know no better. I just thought he was funny and crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy. He's crazy, man, because he funny. And we would do little stuff, and we was kids. And my mom was so compassionate for him and would feed him and all this stuff. And I just was like, he would be in our house, and I'd be like, you got dirty ass Uncle Albert in our house. But, like, she knew him before that.
Yeah, it was deeper than that for her.
It's deep. The love is deeper. So I, like, really resonate with how Franklin felt with Melody wanting to save her, how Leon feel with Wanda, how Andre feels with Melody, how even Sissy feels with all of it.
So maybe talk about how did you prepare? What are some things that you like went through mentally or even physically to prepare the role? Because when people talk about the show, you are one of the first 3 things that they mention in the show, which is crazy. Like, y'all don't understand this. Like for you to be one of the first 3 things. Because when people mention Snowfall, first off, they always say it's an amazing show. You don't watch it? Oh my God! Like, that's the first thing. And then Wanda, like you're in the first 3 things that like people mention. So how did you prepare for the role, and how did you get in that space to play it so well? Because when I tell you, you're one of the only talents that when the camera cuts on, like you in normal, you're cool as hell. But when the camera cuts on, you go to a place of like just pure artistry. I can only equate it to like a Heath Ledger or like a Lakeith Stanfield. Like, you will go there and I'm like, damn, what? Like, you're this, like, I never doubted her talent, but it's like when I see you act every time, I'm like, is this the same girl that I used to kick it with? Like, where the hell was all, like, what? Like, you go to a different place. So how did you prepare for it?
I don't know if you ever seen Greenmount Park did a documentary. It's called J is for Junkie. Did you ever see that?
Nah.
Okay, so when I was living in Atlanta, like in my early days, not even know everything that we go through in life really feeds our future. Like, it's a plan. It's set in motion.
Yep.
So a long time ago, when I was living in Atlanta, before I even moved to LA, Greenmount Park came out with this documentary. I went to the theater to see it. It was called J is for Junkie. I thought it was phenomenal, like amazing. I'm sure it's somewhere online. And I had already known addicts and junkies just simply from my livelihood, like my family, like people I've known. I've seen people fall prey to drugs, like regular, like prescription drugs or like cocaine, but never something like crack, heroin, meth, none of those.
Never the hard stuff?
Hard stuff. Like, I don't know nobody who's falling hard to that.
Okay.
I just know people who were already addicts. So like I said, I didn't see the before.
Okay.
So I watched J is for Junkie to kind of see, you know, more addicts in regards to Atlanta. And then I watched Soft White Underbelly. Okay. You ever seen that on YouTube?
Is that...
It's LA. I'll show you. It's a whole bunch of just different people. You have like...
Are they like talking in front of the camera and they telling their story, and it's like a girl, it was a black girl, one of them that went viral?
Yeah, because she went on there 3 different times and you saw the decline of her.
Yes, I've seen it, yes.
I watched that black girl who went viral, Amanda. I watched her to prepare. Okay. As time went on, I seen her decline as my character was declining. Gotcha. So I still watched her, even with Melody. Me and her researched and watched together because she was like, okay, I want to make sure I deliver a great performance, but I also don't want to mimic you. I want to care our cracks because crack is different. Okay. It affects people differently. Any drug may do that. So we researched and watched different things together, but definitely Crackheads, I think it's Crackheads Gone Wild, but watched a lot of LA stuff because I feel like at the end of the day, things are regional. A LA crackhead may be different from an Atlanta crackhead. Just like a LA black person gonna be different from an Atlanta black person. So I watched that. I watched stuff from back in the 80s, from that time period. I did research as far as like who was the president, what was the music, just in-depth research. So I cannot just deliver a LA roundaway girl in the 2000s, or in the 2020s or 2019s.
Yeah.
But I wanted to bring that authenticity of the time period.
Okay.
So making sure I dropped in with the music, making sure I dropped in with what's going on, what's the happening, what's the style, what's, you know what I'm saying? What
deep.
the around the way 80s LA girl look like. And then what I spoke to Smokey, which is John's cousin, Vance. He took me to go talk to some people who our characters are based on.
Okay.
Like the real life people.
Okay.
And that was intense. Like I felt.
So you met like the real Wanda, essentially, like or who she was based off.
She was supposed to be in one place, and then so that was.
But there is a real.
There is a real Wanda,
okay,
and there is a real Melody.
Okay.
I did meet the real Melody.
Okay.
Who she is? She was on drugs deep, and she's now off and clean.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but. I felt a little bad talking to them because I didn't want any things that we were asking them a lot of questions when it comes to the drugs, and she had did something where she was like, oh, I gotta get that out of my mind, because it like I didn't want to trigger her to go back down that path.
Got you. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? By having someone relive and reminisce, because then they start thinking of good shit about it, what they loved about it. Then she was like, then the taste, like, so that's when she did that. She was like, I gotta get that.
Okay. Okay.
But I did in-depth research to make sure I prepared for Wanda, because I don't want anybody to look at a character I play and feel they don't see it.
Yeah. And I must say, I have seen some clips of you. I haven't watched the show yet because, like you said, the first season was hard for me to even get through.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely giving it a fair shot this time, because I got to see you in your full. But I've seen clips. And just the way that people talk about you, that just, no, you're not understanding. She is the show. Like I'm talking about my friends that don't know that I know Gail. Like they're like, no, she be killing that shit. Like no, like they look for you. So
it's everybody. It's a team effort, from the wardrobe to the hair to the
for
makeup
sure,
to all the other actors, the writers, the crew. Shout out to Maddox.
Yeah. But we praising you right now.
Pauline.
We praising you right now.
You.
Yeah, of course. Shout out to all of them, because it would not be possible.
I appreciate my flowers. I'm gonna receive it.
And you know what's even crazier? I don't know if you remember this, but I remember us having a conversation. I think this may be early Snowfall, or you might have, it's somewhere in like that 2016, 2017. But I remember always telling you, like, I can't wait to see you on Insecure and Power. I would always say that. So for you to actually have been on Snowfall, and not to done Power, but but Snowfall to be just as big as it is, and shit, Snowfall is, people talk about it just as much as Power now.
They do. So
I'm like, whole time Guy had a plan. Like Guy was putting her in a just as big of a position as Power, and I always used to be like, no, Gail, get on that Power, because Power. No. But you being on Snowfall and bringing your craft to it and elevating it, I genuinely believe that you elevated the entire project, and everybody's contribution has elevated it. But let's talk about maybe what do you feel like has been your greatest resource when navigating through Hollywood and you know, these different roles? Like what's been the thing that like you've always been really good at, and it's helped you get to the next level? What would you say that thing is? And to give you an example, I would say mine is my content. Like, people know me for my content and for scenarios. They like
positive
nothing
vibes.
else. Okay.
I honestly believe that it's just my energy, like my positive energy, because I'm going to come and bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not coming and I'm not matching whatever energy is in the room, because it could be negative, positive. I'm coming to bring it up. I want you to feel good about you.
Okay.
I want you to feel good that you came here today, because I feel like there's a thing. It says protect your heart, because from it everything flows.
Okay.
I feel like so many people allow things to get into their heart and disturb their spirit, and then that ruins and destroys everything. So I feel like what continues to elevate me is just the energy I bring, the positive vibes. When I talk to, I have a role right now that's a straight offer, amazing role. One thing I prayed for, I said, God, please allow me to be in a space where I get offers.
Okay.
Allow me to book without having to audition. I know I ask for things that are extreme that people ain't heard of, that people be like, you is bougie. I'm not. My mama always said, when people used to say I was spoiled, she said, you're not spoiled, you deserving.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like I bust my ass and I work hard and I'm genuine and authentic.
For sure.
I'm not out here giving fake positive vibes. I'm not out here bigging you up because of what you could do for me. I want us to genuinely be here, have fun, have a good time.
Yeah.
So I feel like I bring that, and then that other people be like, oh, yo, it was so great. Word of mouth in this industry goes through the roof.
You know what I was going to say would be one of your most valuable resources?
What?
Your ability to network. You were the first woman I ever came in contact with that could work a room. And like every time I'm telling you, like I could hit you and be like, Gail, do you know so-and-so? You like, nah, I don't know this person, but I know this. Like I got a homeboy that like Gail knows people. And you've always been good at just like meeting and maintaining that relationship. So I would add on to the positive vibes. Your networking ability is insane.
Thank you.
I'm trash at networking, but watching you, I'll be like, yeah, I can learn a thing or 10. From
not. This is the thing. I don't intentionally network.
Okay.
Like I don't network. I don't go places. I don't go to shit. Unless it's like a friend who I'm supporting.
Okay.
Then I meet people who are there just genuinely off of, hey, but I don't intentionally network. I just literally be there, like right place, right time. And it just, I legit, like before I got any reps, I was like, look, God, I'm gonna have to, I think I rely on my face so heavily that I don't put in the work of the networking, or like, in certain areas where people do go hard and it does pay off for them, some of those areas just come naturally and easy for me because I put my work and my grind in other areas like my faith.
Okay.
So before I got any reps, I was like, all right, God, look, you're going to have to be my agent, my manager, my publicist, my lawyer, and that's all I got. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm in LA, and I just don't know left from right with this industry. So I throw all the darts at the wall, and you just got to guide it like the path, order my steps. But when it comes to networking, I just go places, and I just genuinely have a good time, have fun. And then other people are like, shit, I want to be over there having fun. What they over there laughing about? Oh, they drinking? Like, I don't do drugs. I'm not out here smoking, but a bitch gonna drink.
Yeah,
I don't do nothing else. A bitch gonna drink and we
get a little drink.
Listen, it's gonna go up with or without alcohol, but like I just think people be wanting, when it comes to places and stuff like that, people be wanting to have fun. I get shit done for people, so then people are like, wait a minute, who is that? Because other people know her and she be doing like making shit happen.
Yeah.
So what is it? And I think that's where the networking just falls into place. I don't feel like I'm too big or bougie to talk to people. I'm gonna communicate, as long as it's on a respectful level.
For sure.
I want to I really just want to have a good time. So if we work it cool, if it's something I'm for or I'm with, like if I find it funny, if I find it fun, if I'm gonna have a good time, I'm down.
Yeah. Yeah, I can attest to that. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? Every time. It's always been love. Every time we get together, it's always been a fun time. Like I can't never say like we've never not had fun.
Yeah.
So now let just transition a little bit to giving back information and stuff like that. I know a lot of people say like give some upcoming actresses and no damn that. What are some things that you are seeing that other actors and actresses mistakes they're making, and let's specifically tailor it to black actors and actresses. I feel like black people, we're very lacking of knowledge. So let's speak specifically to that. What are some mistakes and things that you're seeing when you come across actors and actresses and you like, yeah, you doing it all wrong, or what are some things that they need to kind of keep in mind and do better?
I think the number one thing that black people need to keep in mind is that we're not in competition with one another. That is the biggest mistake, where I feel like so many people turn folks into enemies. So many people close doors, and you cussing out the very same person. You hating on the very person that God said to help you. And it's like, it shouldn't be that. We're not in competition with one another. Like, we're here to build you up. One of us got to get the role.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, there's space for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing, whether they hate on you publicly, whether they hate on you privately, whether they harbor hate in their heart for you and enviousness, they bitter. I think that's the number one thing. And it's like, they close doors, because when you do stuff like that, people don't be wanting to help you.
Mm-hmm.
People don't want to even speak your name because there's some crazy stuff that you've done. They may not do, like, okay, let me just give you the examples that I've been through. I've had a lot of people mistake my kindness, 1, for weakness.
Okay.
2, for fakeness.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, for ulterior motives.
Okay.
And
okay,
and they're very vocal.
Okay.
They're very vocal with that, like in regards to they feel I'm not genuine, or but then they see that people know me or that I'm doing things, so they try to keep communication open. And it's like I'm big on, I read energy, like that shit is transparent,
empathic, eh?
Yeah. So I think that's where Black people hurt themselves, because they think it's a competition when it's not. Like, everything was for you is for you.
Yeah.
And if it ain't for you, it don't matter who you told, who you don't tell, what you share, how you act towards the next person. If it ain't for you, it's not yours. If it's yours, it's yours. And then you have to accept, I think as Black people, we have to learn how to accept and receive genuine shit, and we need to learn discernment, because we don't know that. It's a lot of people who don't, and they just think they label all folks as hating, all congratulations as jealousy, and that ain't it.
Yeah.
Also, we need to Black people not passing along knowledge.
Talk about it.
Black
Hit on that.
Aren't passing along knowledge because they feel like, well, if you know something, that's gonna harm my chances, or because you know it,
come on, man,
you gonna get to it faster than me.
Come on, man.
It all boiled down to what's for you is for you. Share that shit.
Exactly. And
because
it don't
more
matter.
Black people at the top.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
Because if I give, let's say
you give me the game, I'm not you.
Exactly. You're not gonna apply it how I applied it, because you're gonna put your own thing on it. So if I give you some knowledge that can help you, or I don't know, you know what I'm saying? It could be something that helps you. You're going to apply it in your own way, and it's going to be its own thing.
You're going to comprehend it differently. You're going to perceive it differently. You're going to regurgitate it differently.
And don't stop nothing that I'm doing. Me helping this person, that is the biggest thing that I've seen. And I think we've seen it. We, like our generation, have seen it so vast because of the technology has come, and a lot of gatekeepers were shunned out. So a lot of people were like, that's why you see a lot of old people like, oh, this like hip hop always went through it. You know what I'm saying? Social media goes through it and all this stuff. It's just like, oh, what, I ain't understanding this. You got Martin Scorsese who's talking about Netflix films, or you know, all of this stuff shouldn't be considered in the things, but it's like, no, times are changing now.
Yeah.
You got to get with it. Like this.
Yeah.
Like, there's no need to push off of it. You need to embrace it and learn it, actually.
Yeah.
So that's actually very interesting that you brought that up. So, but I also remember, I don't know if you remember this story, and I can't remember who it was, and we don't even have to say names, but I think you were telling me about a story of you had met it was an actress or an actor with like a bigger name, and they kind of came off a little rude to you or something. You had met him at a party. It was something like that, but and again, you don't have to say names if you're not comfortable saying names, but can you kind of talk about maybe those experiences where maybe you've come into a space and some bigger people who you've admired, you actually like
it was at Sundance 2015. I met an actress, big, still big.
Black, white?
Black, female. She was walking by me. I was walking alone. It was her and a guy walking.
And now I'm remembering the story. Okay.
And I was walking back to my my living quarters to get something. I can't remember what I was going to get. But you said living quarters like you was in the military. At our cabin. And I was here, and she was in front of me walking towards me. I was walking towards her, but we were passing each other. And before she even got to me, I said her name, and I was like, hey, for the sake of the podcast, we're gonna call her Sister City.
Okay.
So I said, hey, Sister City. She completely ignored me. I thought maybe she didn't hear me. I said, hey, Sister City, I just love your work. I'm so proud of what you've done. I'm inspired. because she's someone who was like very prominent in the comedic lane.
Okay.
And she's now dominating in many genres.
Okay.
So I'm very happy of how she, as a Black woman, was able to get in the industry. And okay, you came in through the comedic lane. Now you're being able to be taken serious as a serious actress, and you're doing not just comedy but comedy and drama.
Okay.
Like up for big shit, like taking serious, bigger roles. Not just the 2-bit, but now you're lead in some films and stuff. So I was just trying to say that and give her flowers. Mm-hmm. Completely ignored me. Walked past me, said her name again. Walked past me, turned around, said her name again. She turned around, looked at me, laughed, and kept going. I said, bitch. And I didn't say that to her, but in my mind, I was like, I'm never going to forget this moment. Mm-hmm. Seen her again at an audition. In my mind, I said, yeah, bitch. That's what it is.
I'm in the same room as you.
Seen her fucking again at a table read because somebody was not going to be at the table read for this movie they was doing. They casting called me, asked me to come and read one of the characters that weren't going to be there. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay, cool. Casting came. She was running late. They was like, we also need you to read for her as well.
Crazy.
I said, oh yeah, I'm on her ass. I said, look at the way God worked. This the thing. The ancestors do not fucking play about me. Do not play about. So it's a lot of stuff that happened, and I'll be like, I ain't got to worry too heavy on that because I know the universe gonna come back.
Talk that talk.
But yeah, she was rude, disrespectful. When I seen her at the audition, I spoke I wanted her to see that I see her. I wanted her to see me.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't know. She probably doesn't even remember. That's why I'm always respectful to folks, no matter what the fuck I'm going through.
Yeah.
Because people may not remember what you said, but they always going to remember how you made them feel.
How you made them feel. Yep.
Forever. So I said, she not going to remember me. She not going to remember that moment. She probably do that shit on a regular to people. Mm-hmm. And I'm never going to forget it.
So it's only funny because I take things like that. I take that shit personal. Mm-hmm. I take that shit to the... When I tell you I'm so vindictive, I have planned scenarios for certain people that I will strategically call you in to tell you don't have anything here just because of how you treated me. Like, I'm going to let you know
That's why we
this.
probably good friends, because that's how I feel.
I do not play that shit. Like, because I am a firm believer on you never know if the janitor one day might fucking own the company that you fucking need.
You know, Isaiah used to be a janitor.
I'm big on that. Oh,
when he booked Snowfall, the guy who played Leon, he was a janitor.
Like, when he booked it. Crazy.
You never fucking know how to I always be like, how the tables turn. So since that moment, she's gotten bigger. Mm-hmm. Which cool.
So have you.
And so have I.
And so have you.
And I'm on this is the thing. She may or may not never watch this, but I'm on your ass.
I don't know.
It's
gonna resurface. Well, this video gonna resurface.
It's gonna come right on back because everybody gonna want to know. I'm not even gonna say who it is.
Yeah.
My close friends know who it is. But it's gonna be a moment.
Yep.
I know God gonna give me my moment. God gonna give me my moment in the sun with her. And I'm gonna let her know it's a no. I don't give a fuck if they got $1 million on the table. It's a no for you, bitch.
Hey, talk about it. Hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Because
one thing I don't play respect and loyalty. Yeah. I'd rather have the motherfucker respect me and be loyal to me than love me. Mm-hmm. Like, that was so disrespectful. And I don't care if I'm nobody.
Yeah.
You gotta respect the person because they're here.
You never know. So let me also ask you this, and you know, you can talk about this as comfortable as you are discussing it. But how did when the whole Monique thing and her being blackballed, and the conversation of African American women in film and being hard to work with and getting these titles and all that stuff, like, how did that kind of affect you, and how did you kind of feel about things in that time?
So I've only I've never had no bad experience with her.
Okay.
The people that I know that have worked with her, I've never heard nothing bad. Mm-hmm. So I was a little confused by everything that was coming out, and I felt maybe, because I know how people could be. I wasn't there, so I didn't know the truth of it, but I'm like, maybe she's just really standing for what she believe in, which is herself. Like, maybe they were asking a lot from her and she didn't want to do it. Maybe she asked for a little bit more money, or she asked for just some accommodations, and they will make a black woman feel that they're being too difficult. It's no different from Shonda Rhimes asking for more passes for Disneyland, and they told her, haven't we given you enough? Not enough passes, but enough in life, bitch. And I feel like with black women, it's always that, haven't we given you enough? Listen, it will never fucking be enough. Ever. You could give me your unborn child and it wouldn't be enough. Because what my ancestors went through and their ancestors and their ancestors, there's no fucking amount that you could put on that.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like if a person is being difficult, wouldn't motherfucker figure out how to make them be less difficult?
Nigga, what? Shonda Rhimes, she's huge. Like, what? She's made them
figure out how to make them happy. Maybe there's a reason they're being difficult.
Yeah.
There's people who, I tell people all the time, you get more sugar. What's the thing? You get more honey with sugar than you do. What is it? What's the quote about bees and shit?
I know what you're trying to say, but I don't know the quote exactly.
I can't remember, but it's something like you get more honey with sugar than you do salt, or some shit like that.
Uh-huh.
And so being at the airport, when I used to work at the airport, sometimes I had to deal with unruly customers. I work customer service, niggas checking in, niggas missing flights, all that. And they would be upset at me if they can't make their flight, you too late. So then they may want to yell and fuss at me. I don't have to match their energy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I can come and bring the energy up.
Yeah.
Bring it to a positive place. So whatever Monique felt she was passionate about, she stood on.
Yeah.
So figure out how to bring it up instead of it being a thing where it's a battle. It's a head to head. It don't have to be that. Let's figure out how to resolve this, how to work this. Maybe she not difficult. It's no different. And I feel like as black women, we're not backed enough. We're not supported enough. It's no different than the Gabrielle Union thing with whatever little show she was on. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say little, but whatever show she was on with what's the guy name? The slow guy. Terry Crews. And she felt like he didn't back her. And she was very supportive and backed him on the Me Too movement. And then when she spoke out, he didn't back her. I feel like a lot of times black people do not support black women, especially when they go against the system or they go speak out against someone who is more prevalent or more popular at the time. And
Megan Tory Lanez. That was another situation. That's music industry, but I just
no. That's still all relevant. It's still a very good example of black women not being supported or backed, and it's just like,
it's hard for y'all. I see it. Like I see it with TK. Like an example is, so TK was she was hosting at this place, and forgive me, baby, if you don't want me to tell this story, but I think it's just important to have this information. So TK was hosting at this place. They were paying her a small fee, right? Now, me being her nigga at the time, I'm like, no. You worth more than that.
Y'all be so offended. I love the black man in a relationship. They be so offended over that for their girl. Like,
when I tell y'all, I don't play that shit. If I'm like, at the time, I'm making like $30,000 a month. There's no way you're hiring my girlfriend for this.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
No. So and me and her had this conflict. Like it was a very divide in the relationship at the time, because I was trying to tell her. Because black women,
we will settle for less. That's our problem.
And I was telling her, no, baby, you're worth. I can pay you what they're paying you to keep you at home and create videos with me.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, but it's a good resource, and I'm making a lot of connections. And I'm like, baby, what we're building is so much bigger than what they're offering you. And I was like, all you need to do is have the conversation. So my manager, I actually set up for him to go in and negotiate her a higher price. Now, granted, she's still not getting what I feel like she deserves, but it was just a higher price, and I had to show her, you're worth so much more. And she fought it. She was like, nah,
let me say this. I think we as black women, we are patient and understanding. So we sit back and we wait because we know it's all going to come to a head and the tables is going to turn. Black men, y'all are more in the moment. Yeah. Like, you here right now, pay me my worth right now.
Yeah.
As opposed to, we're like, and I say this often, we ain't gonna never miss no dollar that's ours. So they may not give it to me now. Season, I don't know if I can talk about this, but I'm gonna talk about it. Season 2 and 3. Snowfall was paying me pennies on the dollar.
Okay.
I love them. I'm grateful for them. Season 4, they stepped the game up.
Okay.
Season 5, I'm getting some shit on the back end.
Hey, talk that talk.
I'm getting some shit on the back end. But I was able to be patient.
Yeah.
And I was able to not just take anything, and I was able to I told my manager, I said they paid me pennies on the dollar, and I took that shit and I came and I delivered, and I came with a fucking smile on my face.
You added value.
Every time. Every time I went in there fucking up, I was cool, calm, and collected when some shit went left, and I could have got real Atlanta.
Yeah.
So now this pay is not just paying me for my work. You paying me for my patience. Mm-hmm. You paying me for the times that I did not flip the motherfucking table over that my ancestors would have flipped over. For saving you time and money by coming in here on time, every time, and doing what the fuck you want. Delivering.
Good rapport.
Never. So I think with black women, we're more patient. We're like, oh, okay, hey. You know, okay, this is what they're going to give out right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this, but I'm going to show them that I'm worth more. So then when I demand more, they understand.
Always, and this is advice to anybody.
Black men, y'all know y'all worth more from the top, and y'all like, this motherfucker knows I'm worth more. Give me more. We like, it's okay.
You know what's crazy? Black men know their worth, but they don't know their worth to women. That's the downside of that. But that's a whole nother conversation. We're not gonna get into that. However, but that's why this is important. That's why sharing this information, because there's some black girl or some black man that is watching this and they're like, oh, okay. So it is okay to feel like this, but always add value, y'all. Yes. That's whenever you go into anything, if it's your passion, just add value. Find whatever you are truly good at. So like you, Gail, acting, you're fucking phenomenal.
Thank you.
And you add value to that show. You have elevated it. So anything you go in, make sure you add the correct value. So then that way, when the price comes back around or whatever, they've seen it. Like, you can point to it. Now I'm like, hey, look at my scenes. You know what I'm saying? Or look at this.
And this the thing. You can't get in your bag, like in regards to, you can't get in your emotional bag because this industry is not personal. I know
my feelings don't mean shit to my goals.
We taking that vindictive shit to the heart, but when it comes to that, in order to, if you're adding value, you can't be like, oh, okay, well, they fucked up this, or they ain't paying me this, so excuse me, I'm not gonna show up on time, or don't do the tit for tat when it comes to that.
Don't.
Because then when you have black people have no margin for error. So when it does come to negotiating, they're gonna have the list of all the shit you did. And even if you got the shit they do, it don't matter because we just can't have the margin for error. When you come, it always got to be a clean rap sheet.
We got to know how to play the game properly. I think that's where we as black people have failed a lot. We haven't played the game properly.
Yeah.
We take a lot of things to heart and emotions and things like that, but we not understanding like, nah, you just got to play the game correctly. You just got to.
You gotta.
The best thing you can do is also your resources, y'all. That is so important. Most of the people that I've seen get things, it's because they knew people. There's a lot of TV shows that aren't funny, but it's because that person knew something, that they knew the person, and they got the show.
Yes, and because one thing I can say about black people in general, we don't ask. What you afraid to ask for?
The worst they can happen is no.
People say, okay, you need me, call me. Or when you got a show, hit me up. Hit their ass up.
Yeah.
Call them out on that.
Yeah.
Let me call your bluff. Let me hit you up. I got a show. I'm gonna send you a script. You ready?
Yep.
Ask. They can only either say yes or no. And if they say no, it's no. If they say yes, cool. They may say no, and then later on when they are looking for something, you in their mind.
Yeah. Information too. And if that person says no, how about you try to have a conversation? Why you say no? Or what do you think? Just learn. Every person you come in contact with, especially if it's in your field of passion or whatever, learn as much as you can. Your mind is the greatest gift that you have.
Be an asset, not a liability.
Exactly. So that's very, very important. And I can't stress that enough. I see a lot of like people DM me all the time, like and be serious about your craft. Like people DM me like, yo, I'm trying to start a YouTube. Like, any tips? No. Don't come to me ever asking me if I got any tips for you in your YouTube.
Do your research. I can't
There's too
stand
many
when people
videos
ask
out here.
questions
Too many.
that they ain't even looked up. Like you haven't even you're not doing none of the work. It ain't no point in me telling you because you're not gonna even do the work.
Exactly.
Do some of the work and then come to me with shit where it's like, okay, I've searched to no avail.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why when I hit people up, I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And that's getting back to like my greatest resource. I always knew that talent was how I was known. I was never good at networking. I was never good at this, but I knew
Lonnie
that
was
my
not.
talent.
If he didn't know you, he didn't talk to you.
Yeah, like I'm way better at it now. Like I'll go anywhere and start a conversation with anybody, and I
remember when you was
that's
coming
just
to LA,
into
and
my
you was
confidence.
like, "Oh, well, I'm trying to work with this person." It was some, I guess, YouTubers or social medias, and you was just like, "Well, trying to figure out, how to work with this person or shoot a sketch or skit with this person or how to reach them because," and it was just like, I was like, "Shit, fuck them."
Yeah.
Like,
and you know it's Gail, if you see me move now, the way I move now, I am a completely different man than when you knew me then. Like I'm talking about like the way I talk, the way I walk into a room, like nigga, nobody's about to disrespect me because I know that I'm outshine all of y'all niggas on my content.
This is you got to be like a true Fenarios comedian Lonnie Smith fan to know this. But back in the day, he used to Fenarios was two people.
Yep.
Him and Kyrie, and KJ.
KJ Lee.
And Kyrie and Lonnie were great. They were a great duo. But Kyrie was more the face of Fenarios.
Mm-hmm.
And some things transpired. Kyrie moved to LA. Some things just transpired to where it was basically just Lonnie.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like Lonnie was lacking in a sense of stepping into the forefront.
Yeah. It was hard.
And I don't know if it was that he didn't have that confidence or what, but I'm like, nigga, you are fucking amazing. Like, what are you just gonna sit in the back and be the photographer, the editor, the videographer, and not step in front of the camera? And I was like, nigga, pick the ball up and keep running. Like, what the fuck? You're literally at the goal line. You're literally amazing. Y'all have built this whole thing. You've built the whole house, and you just chose not to put no windows on that bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a crazy time. I'm glad I had made it out of there because I remember when Kyrie moved to LA and I was like, well, what the fuck am I gonna do now? I gotta find somebody else to be an actor in my stuff. And I'm like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking? Nigga, Fenario started with you.
All the tools you need.
It started with you
to succeed.
You were the face of it before he came into it. So it was like, get back to that. And then lo and behold, here I am now. People know me, Fenario, like
he got a Delta and the rest was history.
Yeah. And you know what the crazy thing is, Gail, if you see my content, and it's not even out yet, if you see the content that I've produced in the last 2 months, you'll be like, I guarantee you're going to be like, nigga, why the fuck aren't you shooting TV shows?
But this is what I always want from you, Lonnie, because movies? I don't want you to ever feel like you need anybody.
Oh, no, I don't.
Because after Kyrie left, then for a moment you had Lauren.
I'm 100% confident
that I don't need nobody. Left, and it was I just felt like there's been people that come in and out your life, and not saying they use you, but they some people will unintentionally take all that you can give them.
Yeah,
that will help them and boost them and for that moment, but then they abandon you.
Man, come on, man.
And it's like, okay,
you're shaking the table over here.
You're left with a fucking hole.
Yep.
Cause it's like shit. You were vital you came in, you played a vital part, and now I don't have anything to fill that gap. So I'm just so happy and proud of you that you have found all of that within self.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. I've seen a lot of motherfuckers come in and out your life.
Man, what? I'm telling you too loud right now, Gail. Let me turn you down, because when I'm telling y'all, like. And even like that situation, like even with like Lauren, that was a really tough situation. People don't understand how tough that was for me at the time, because that was like, man, that was my dog, nigga. Yeah. I'm talking about me and Lauren were so close. Like me and Lauren Lauren lived with me, but not like live with me like had her own room, like we shared apartment. Like she lived in my room. Yeah. Like me and Lauren used to sleep together, not even sexual. We used to sleep together to grind for this dream. So when she had, got her man and the whole situation, man, when I tell you I was bent up out of shape, I was hurt. So
life and time, but
it had to teach me. It had to teach me, like, nigga, you gotta
for other people and for you.
Yeah, you gotta understand that, nigga. It's you at the center of this. Mm-hmm. People are gonna come, they're gonna go. You have to be okay with that. It's no hard feelings. You can't take it too personal. I'm still taking it a little personal. However, like I'm working through it, but things like that is
I don't take stuff personal no more. I learned. I mean, I do got my list of motherfuckers that is on my hit list now.
Oh, for sure.
Listen.
For sure.
Motherfuckers like.
And we're not talking about
Sundance.
Yeah, and we're not talking about a good hit list. We talking about
like
you on the shit list.
But a lot of stuff is business. You have to be able to step back and say, okay, this is business. Go through it. Now, don't ignore your feelings. Like, allow yourself time in a healthy way to go through it, grieve through it, have your emotional process. But then after that, I give myself 24 hours. But then
that's the same. I give myself one day.
I give myself 24 hours, and I'm like, okay, this shit is business.
Yeah.
So let me look at this from a business. I had my time to look at it and take it personally. Now I need to take it from a business standpoint.
Yes.
And see how I'm going to proceed.
For sure. So,
I
agree with you.
I think also with the Black community, okay, we said networking, we said sharing knowledge.
Yeah.
We said not taking stuff personal. We said asking questions because a lot of Black people don't ask.
Well, and I think that was good advice. I'm a transition a little bit to talk more about the art because I want to know who are some people that you would like to work with. Who are some people that you look up to and you admire? You're trying to reach to them on that level. Like, who is some people? You know what I'm saying?
I want to work with Taraji P. Henson.
Okay.
For sure, for 100%.
Have you met her ever?
I have met her.
Okay.
I met her one time. It was at Amanda Seals' I Be Knowing her screening.
Okay.
And I spoke to her. I said, "Hey, Taraji, I just wanted." She was like, "Oh my goodness, oh my God, you baby, we was just watching her. She was tied to the radiator." That was like,
what?
Yeah, it was such a surreal moment. But she was amazing in all things love, which I already knew and could feel. So to be exactly who I thought she was when I met her, it was just so beautiful.
Man. That just made me happy right there. Like,
that's
Taraji,
like,
you know what I'm saying? For you to be known by, I can understand how that's a good feeling when somebody who you admire and inspire you, they recognize your work. Because you know, sometimes we'd be like, what? Like, you watch me? Like, I watched everything you done. Like, you are part of the reason why I get. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big moment. So I understand exactly what that means to you. Who else? Who are some other, or you know?
I want to work with Steven Spielberg. I already met him, but as you know, I definitely want to work with him. I want to work with Regina King.
Okay.
In all capacities, act across from her. Let her direct me. Just in all capacities, I just feel she's an amazing woman. I love her journey.
Okay.
I love her humble spirit, her genuine, authentic, just life. Never met her before. I want to work with Marion Cotillard. She was in Inception, as Rose, as Leonardo DiCaprio's wife.
Got you. Okay. I'm following you.
I want to work with Cillian Murphy.
Okay.
Do you watch Peaky Blinders?
Mm-mm.
Did you see Batman where he had on the thing? What was his name in Batman? The shit that made you hallucinate.
Oh, yeah. I know the Scarecrow guy. He was
Yes.
I know who you're talking about. Okay.
I want to work with. I guess I'm a little nervous to say this one, but I do really, 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 really want to work with him. I really want to work with Denzel Washington, but I don't know in what capacity. I don't know if I want him to direct me. I don't know if I want.
Does he direct?
Act. He does. He directed oh Jesus, what's the August Wilson play? Fences. He directed Fences.
Okay. That makes sense, and I feel like he had a special connection to that, so that makes sense for him to have done. You know who I want to see you work with?
Who?
I want to see you work with Lakeith.
I worked with him on Atlanta.
Yeah, but like I want to see you work with him in like something that's y'all two, in a bigger capacity. Like, y'all two are the main.
I would
thing.
like that. I really like him.
Like,
He's amazing.
I
met the mother of his child, and she's so amazing. I'm not gonna say her name because I don't know how to pronounce it, and I kind of sort of don't remember it. I don't want to butcher it. And I also don't want to belittle her by just saying the mother of his child.
Yeah.
But she's amazing.
Okay.
And I just wanted to drop that since we was dropping him. She's amazing.
How you feel about Denzel's son?
I think.
Like, could you see yourself working with him? Like,
I don't see that. But not in a bad way. I think he's a great actor.
I think he's gonna be different than his dad, so I think he's gonna.
I just don't. I still, when I see him, I haven't gotten to the reason why I say I don't see myself working with him yet. I haven't gotten to the place where I separate the two. Like when he talk, I still hear Denzel. Like,
really?
Yes. Oh
Even
my God,
in Ballers?
Yes, they sound just alike. They walk alike.
No.
Like,
So have you seen what's the movie? Tenet?
Yes. He sounds just like him.
No. He's his dad. He's his dad 100%.
So
like the mannerisms, the leg folding, the wipe of the pants. That he's his dad's son for sure.
I'm not there yet to where I can separate the two. I can't do it yet. I can't look at him as anything other than Denzel's son. So maybe when I get to the point where I can separate the two.
Yeah.
But right now, it's still like asking a ball player if they want to play against Bronny. Ain't that LeBron James' son?
Yeah, Bronny.
Like they want to play against LeBron. They'll get to the point when they separate LeBron from Bronny, but it's like
okay, that was a good analogy. That was a great analogy, actually. I can understand that.
I wanna act across Denzel.
Yeah.
Or be directed by Denzel. I don't know yet which one I want, but I definitely want the that. I want to really, 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 really act with, what is his name? Oh man, he was in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. He was in a lot of stuff. He was in Bill Street. If Bill Street Could Talk. He
was he the main character or he was
No, not
supporting?
He was Regina King's husband.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Damn, I can't think of his name.
I need to know his name.
I know I can see his face, but I don't know his name. Even if you had a picture, I wouldn't know his name, but I know exactly what you're talking about. That's dope. Would you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Michael K. Williams too. I definitely want to work with him, like act in the scene with him.
Who give us?
Michael K. Williams was Boardwalk Empire. He was also on The Wire. Omar from The Wire. The gay dude, scar across his face. Black dude.
Got you.
Yeah.
Hey, super talented, buddy, super talented. So what's also some shows that maybe you watching and then we'll transition into like what's the genre of content that you would like to be known in? Like, would you like to be on some action movie stuff, or you would like to be more drama, or like?
No, I definitely want to do some Marvel.
Oh,
I want to do Marvel.
Ooh.
I want to do Marvel.
Hey, speak that into existence
so they can hear it in the back. Marvel, I want you. I want to do Marvel. I'll play a villain. I'll play a hero. I'll play whatever you need. I'll play Storm.
Okay.
But villain, hero, anything. I want to do Marvel. I want to do action, like how you had old girl doing Tomb Raider.
Oh, okay.
Angelina Jolie did Tomb Raider. Zoe Saldana did Colombiana. Like I want
like
some
Salt
action,
and
like
stuff
real Salt, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I want some real action, like not no lightweight action. Like
no, the heavy stuff.
Give me the heavy stuff. Give me some big guns. Let me do some of my own stunts.
Oh, okay.
Like,
hey, talk then.
Yeah. So I also want, like, I love period pieces.
Okay. What you're in now?
I am. That's why I'm in a period piece.
Like give me a period that you would like to act in. Like what time? Like 50s, 60s. What would be something like your dream would be in this period to act or portray a role in?
Well, definitely post-slavery, because I don't want to do no slavery shit.
First off,
that's not a narrative I want to continue to propel.
Don't nobody make another fucking slave movie. I don't want to fucking see it. They all end the same. And I gotta say this on tape.
Except Nate Parker.
No. Stop. Nate
no,
Parker.
His slave movie didn't end the same.
Yeah. Nate Parker, I'm very disappointed in him, and I have to say this publicly because that movie that he did, the
American Skin.
It didn't do what black people needed it to do. And it really pissed me off because it's still showing me that black people are afraid to make the hard decisions and show these realities and give black people the relief they need. That movie was really good until the fucking end. He dropped the ball on it, and I do not appreciate him for doing that. It shows me that he's still scared. He's still taking white money or some influence, and I don't appreciate it. We needed that movie to be the thing that kind of just gave us hope. And that's all we have is our art. And I think not like that shit.
Sometimes what we do, I don't think he was scared. I think he was realistic. He was realistic. When sometimes we have reality every fucking day. As black people, we need the hope. We need the shit that's unseen.
But why do we need more reality? Why?
We need some stuff that's unseen.
It was fiction.
We need sometimes we're not fucking getting justice in real life, so why not give us justice in a film?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what he could have given us. I don't knock him for it. I think it was a great film. I think he's a great actor. I think he would have been an even better Fred Hampton. But Judas and the Black Messiah was still a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt he would have killed that role as Fred Hampton because it's in him. And he also looks, the looks are there. But
you saw the movie though, right?
I seen it. Phenomenal film. Lakeith did phenomenal.
Fucking a dog.
Phenomenal. I can't remember the girl name who Fred Hampton got pregnant in the film, but I love her as an actress. She's amazing.
Oh yeah, you know it's crazy to see her go from playing little kid role, like girl roles.
I know she was in Project Power.
That was a little kid role. There was another one she had before that. I can't think of the name of it, but
she's
I'm saying is she's aged
things.
and then she transitioned into this role, and I didn't feel like she was too young.
Did we watch that show on
Amazing.
HBO about the prostitutes where Method Man was in there? Did you watch that?
I'm not familiar at all.
It was great. She was in that. She was phenomenal.
But she was fire, yeah.
I digress. What were we just talking about?
But you were saying about Nate Parker and the you feel like he would have been a better Fred, and you was talking about how this all stemmed from Nate. We was talking about the fake, just black people needed the relief and stuff. That's all.
Yeah. So I mean, films. I don't want to do no slave films.
Yeah.
I want to do some boss shit, like where so I feel like in my past life, I was like the head of the mafia or the mob.
Okay.
So I want to be like a boss lady, black woman running the shit back in Harlem Nights days. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to be the
so
queen.
like kind of how like Mary J. Blige is in her Power, but in a period piece.
In a period
like
piece. But like that bitch, because she still got a man behind her who I want to be that bitch. Like was the one killing. Like I was just ruthless. So I built my name and got to this point on the fact that I was out here killing and doing and robbing and stealing and still also giving back and doing for the people. But became that bitch.
Okay.
Like that HQIC.
Hey. Okay.
So I definitely want to roll with like that. I want a biopic where I play. I'm a bit torn because I don't really like when people play biopics and they don't look nothing like the person, or you can't get them close, or like that's why I love Judas and the Black Messiah, but Daniel Kaluuya looks nothing like Fred Hampton. I just would have preferred Nate Parker, who looks closer, who I feel like sometimes when it comes to certain legends to a country, to a place, you got to get someone within that continent.
Okay.
Because there's certain plights that it's got to be in you to understand. I feel like to play a Black Panther and tell their story, to play a Fred Hampton or a Huey P. Newton, you got to
have lived this American kind of struggle a little bit.
Yes. To still be going through it today.
Yeah.
To have known and heard about it from since you was little.
Yeah.
A white person cannot play blackface because they do not know and they have not experienced it every single day. Even if they darken their skin and lived black for a month.
Yeah.
You don't know. It's not in you. It's not deeply rooted in you.
Yeah.
It's not memories that from back in the day, unless you're going to do that in depth of a research to where you create memories and imaginations from when you was little. It got to be that type, that because it's real life, it got to be that deep. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you asked me what were some preparations for Wanda. I didn't bathe on days that I had to go to set because I needed to not feel clean. I needed to not have brushed my teeth, to not have. I didn't during the whole season of filming. I don't wax. I don't shave. I don't get my eyebrows done. I don't get my nails done. I don't keep myself up so I could
really embody that. A little bit better. Like it would show. Like I understand what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's certain things where it was like, and I get it. I mean, I'm not okay. Everybody be pro method. Like I didn't do no crack, but I know what it's like to be addicted to something. I know what it's like to be able to not drink for a extended amount of time, and then somebody open a bottle of liquor or come in with a cup across the room, and I could smell the liquor and know what it is.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I know I've had vices, so I know how to deal with a vice that becomes an addiction.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or something you want or long for, or when you're away from it, you can remember every fucking detail about it.
Yeah.
So I just felt like, as Nate Parker having resemblance to Fred Hampton and having embodied and gone through so much stuff, that he would have brought levels and onions and layers to the character that an outsider just couldn't.
You know what's funny? I see what you mean, and I do. I think you probably are right.
Nothing to take away from Daniel. Though. I mean, it was a great film.
You know what? I only would say, I think to me the movie was more about Lakeith. So that's why I'm not bothered by it.
That's why they didn't focus so much on Fred and like the Rainbow Coalition and so many other phenomenal things that he did. Like I had a conversation with my mother and she was just like, I just wish it would have showed more of all the great things Fred did. I said, but I don't think, like you said, it wasn't about Fred. Yeah. It was about William O'Neill.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I don't think people went after watching the film and looked up Fred Hampton. I didn't.
Yeah.
I looked up William O'Neill. More about that story, him. Wanting to know his story. Like that, you're right. That film was about. It was about.
That's the only reason why I can live with it. Is just because Lakeith did so much justice to it that I'm like, oh yeah.
And then we also never know like people's schedules are different.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's so much that goes into a film and casting.
Did you what's the guy name? Brian Henry Tyree?
The
other guy
Paperboy.
Paperboy. Phenomenal actor. Just knowing that, like how when I seen the interview when he was doing Atlanta and him talking nothing, like his character and being able to do.
He did the work. He did the. That's what the work looked like. He did the work and the research to make sure that he embodied an Atlanta nigga. Yeah. Because when I tell you at the time it came out, I was living in LA. I was so homesick. I was so ready to move back home. And Atlanta came out and I cried. Like, I know people like, oh, that's bitch made. No, fuck that.
No, y'all don't understand. It meant something to you.
It touched me best project I ever been on. Hands down. Grateful everybody all around in front of and behind the camera. When I stepped on set, when I booked it, I said, these people deserve an Emmy for being human beings. Yeah. Like, they're welcoming, they're grateful all around. It's no ego. It's all love. We all on the same page. Thank you for being here. And they creating genuine, authentic work. What they putting out, that jail scene, that nigga, you gay? That's Atlanta shit. Not even on no disrespectful, politically correct.
That's one of the most iconic scenes that is the funniest but the truest ever.
That he captured Atlanta and embodied it. That's real shit. I have friends who I had to tell them I was home during the pandemic. You know, the term gay is different. Yeah. The term, just lingo, the vocabulary, the English language is different in Atlanta.
It's completely different.
So shit that may offend another person, that's not even like how it's like, it's really like you shouldn't be able to say nothing to an Atlanta person because that's like being mad and questioning a black person about saying nigga. Yeah. They've taken the power or whatever derogatory you put on terms and we made it our own. Yeah. So if you offended, that's just because you're not an Atlanta person. Yep. So get the fuck from out of here.
Yeah. That's not for you. That wasn't for you.
It wasn't for you. Like that show is so great. That show is so phenomenal. All of those actors, they did it nothing but justice. I'm so grateful to them. I'm so humbled by them because the only person from Atlanta out of that leading cast was Donald Glover. Mm-hmm. And it's like, for them, it meant something to them. For them to do the research to make sure their characters were well-rounded and fleshed out. Yeah.
I got to ask this question. How you feel about, not even that. Would you work with Jordan Peele?
Yeah, what he do?
Nothing. No. I'm just asking.
What happened?
I'm only asking because I literally went on this train and thought I was like Lakeith was in that. Then he also Get Out came out during the time, but I just wanted to know.
I would definitely work with Jordan Peele. I admire and honor him because he tells black stories.
Yeah, nigga, to the T.
He tells black stories, and how do I say this? Jordan is doing what I think from his lens is doing what Nate Parker wants to do, but I think there's just one tiny pin. like I said, he didn't give us the justice. He's doing what he's doing from his perspective, but as far as like what we will want something, like I feel like Birth of a Nation was amazing. Unfortunately, a lot of other stuff tainted it, which none of us were there.
Yeah. Which sucks.
I didn't follow or read in depth to like know the truth or follow his words or their words or really know what happened. But Jordan Peele he's on to something. He's for us.
Yeah, for sure. And that's another transition period that I want to touch on is, so obviously we get into this Me Too movement. We have all of this going, and you being in the industry, not necessarily have you seen anything, but kind of how have your experiences been shifted, or how has that impacted the industry? Just the Me Too and just being careful and, kind of coming across some people. And maybe you've had some situations where some people may have tried you. And, or, whatever, like maybe can you speak on anything like that? And again, you don't have to say names or anything, but kind of how has that shaped you and your experiences?
I think I've had 2 instances as far as it goes, like a Me Too situation where like there was a director who recorded, shot some shit, and then like sent me the scenes, like was texting me, and I was like, oh, okay, like, no, I got a relationship, never gave off that energy, and then like sent me a video of him jacking off and nutting.
Okay.
Thankfully,
okay,
I had an Android.
Wasn't expected.
I had an Android, so I couldn't even see it, and I was like, what? Did you just? I couldn't even open the video to even see like, and he was
so
like,
how'd you? Oh, he told you.
He told me.
Oh.
And so I informed him, do not contact me no more. Don't hit my phone.
Damn.
You have lost all privileges. And I never shared that with like his superiors or like people in the industry. I told my dude.
Okay.
And that was really it. And I'm not gonna name him. I still know him to this day.
It's cool because I might take this as a clip and this might go out. So don't say names, please.
Yeah.
And even if you do, I'm gonna bleep
Somebody
it out
asked me,
anyway.
Would I ever work with him? I said, yeah, I'd work with him again, but under very clear circumstances.
And
you have lost our privileges to communicate with me. Do your motherfucking job.
Yeah.
Don't, excuse me. Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Don't communicate with me.
You do you, and you do what you're supposed to do here, and I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do here. And
because I can remain a professional. So if you can't, then you need to find another motherfucking job. But if you can remain professional, then fine. Whatever little creepy, weird, psychotic shit you into, you do that on your own terms. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
And if you come this way again,
we gonna have some problems.
I'm carrying.
And I really love that. Like, it's important to talk about even things like this, and it's never to out anybody, but just to understand, because I think it was Journey Smollett. She had kind of said something along the lines like she has been sexually assaulted on every set she's been on, in some way by some crew member, and for her being a black woman, this girl goes back to films when she was a kid.
Like I told you before, black women don't have enough support.
Yeah. So I think this is important for people to know this, you know what I'm saying, and know these stories that they happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like, y'all, we gotta.
Dude from the film, you ever seen Detroiters?
No. That's the movie with the 4. Yeah.
One of the black dudes from Detroiters, and it was not Jason Mitchell. One of the black dudes from Detroiters was very out of line with me. Definitely sexually assaulted me. And there were other people around. We was in Detroit.
Okay.
Me and John Kahn had went to the screening to see it, to support it, because his dad is John Conyers.
Yeah.
R.I.P. the late great. And it was out of line, out of question. I wasn't for it. One thing this industry does, it really tests my gangster. Not to be like, not to sound, but it tries me. Like
I get it.
I ain't always been sweet. So I try to keep my composure and not just have my normal, natural Gail Mitchell response and try to be in my Gail Bean space. So I was like, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Cause I was for sure gonna take that lamp and bust that nigga upside the head. But that happened.
Yeah.
I called my best friend, Malcolm Mays. He was on Snowfall. He's now on Raising Kanan.
Okay.
Told him the whole thing. And was like, yo, venting like everything in me. Like, I would have punched that nigga in his motherfucking face.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got to get up out of here because I don't want these people, we're in a mixed company.
Yeah. You understood the importance of removing yourself from the situation.
I said, I don't want these people to see me on my worst.
Mm-hmm.
So fast forward to Snowfall. This nigga walks in the table read. And the thing is, this was months later, me and Malcolm was talking about, because he thought it was somebody else when I told him the situation. So he had pressed somebody's line, and the dude kept apologizing and saying it wasn't him. And so I was like, nah, that wasn't him. And I was like, that's that. He walked in, I said, that's that motherfucker right there.
Okay.
It was a whole thing, right? And I don't like, shit being public. I don't like to cause a disturbance. I like to get in, get out, do my business. Everybody said, oh, she was great to work with, And then I know the heaviness of a black man. So I would rather it be handled outside of instead of ruining your life and your career.
Yeah.
So we was leaving out of the table read, and Malcolm was like, hey, King, you disrespected this queen. I think you owe her an apology.
Mm-hmm.
It went left.
It
went left. This nigga denied it. I don't know her. I never seen her. So Malcolm was like, so bro, you saying she lying because she don't lie? I was like, wait a minute. I ain't gonna say I never told a lie. But
yeah, I get
I wouldn't lie about no shit like that. So I was like, it's okay, Malcolm, forget it. He say he did, he say it was him. It was you, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the type of person you are. I'm always like, bet. I don't need nobody to take responsibility for shit because I ain't gonna forget it.
Mm-hmm.
So that whole situation happened, and I did not feel like, to be honest, I didn't feel supported by nobody except Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like how it ended. I didn't like how the consequences he faced, which I felt was on behalf of me. I always tell him I owe you a show, because I felt like that was taken because of me, because you stood up for me.
Yeah.
And I always tell him, and I'm going to pay him back one day, some way. I don't know how, but I'm going to make it's going to be a big ass bag.
You talking about Malcolm?
I'm talking about Malcolm.
Okay.
Malcolm Mays. It's going to be a big ass bag, because I felt like him standing up for me, supporting me, he lost his bag over that. They killed him. Franklin shot him.
But you think that was the reason why they ended his character? So wait. No. I need to be specifically clear with this. So you're telling me that because Malcolm Mays stood up for you and addressed an issue, addressed a situation that you had with another black male actor.
Correct. From sexual assault.
They cut him off of the show for this.
I am 100. This is the thing. It happened. And I believe without a doubt. I don't have no proof to be like, oh, this wasn't right. They said that. I believe without a doubt.
Okay.
That he lost that job because he stood up for me. And it wasn't. The actor later said, I guess made some calls. Agents got involved. HR got involved. He felt his life was in danger, this and that and that. Made it bigger than what it was. But I felt like that was the focus. Malcolm's addressing something. And I informed HR. We not going to address Malcolm without addressing the issue at hand. I didn't feel safe.
Okay. You
had me in a room with somebody who sexually assaulted me. Now that you know this information, you're not focusing on that information. You're focusing on the person who you feel addressed the person and only asked for an apology. But the nigga was bitch made, got to crying, got to calling reps, got to doing a bunch of other shit.
This buddy, right?
That's Malcolm.
Okay. Now, I'm not showing the camera this, but I just need you to type in who the person, so I know. Because this is, for me, when I encounter the person, no, we keeping that same energy. Just because I feel like we need to protect. The black male has disconnected
Detroit.
And not we've dropped our job. We don't protect black women like we should. And it's a disconnect. And I just don't stand for that. You know what I'm saying? There's too many situations in which women are attacked and women are abused. Black women are dying. You know what I'm saying? Black women are raped. All this stuff, and we not doing our job. So the fact that it was another, okay.
You know what that is?
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying that.
And then,
is it because he had that much power? Or like how do you think?
I think they didn't feel like Malcolm had handled it in a way that was to their liking. I think their issue was that he basically, like it became a thing. The dude was like grabbing people. The guy was grabbing people like he think I'm somebody else. Like now you're bringing everybody else into it. You're making it a big thing. It's become a scene. Now it's like about to be a fight.
This nigga started being an actor.
This nigga started being bitch made. He been bitch made, but it just became. It could have just been as simple as an apology. And now you crying and you get producers and shit involved. And then after this, they want to come bring me to the side and say he wants to apologize. For what? Keep your motherfucking apology, nigga.
So do you...
And then he wanted to say, I have a grandma, I have a mother. I would never do that to a black female. Fuck you. It's always going to be fuck you.
Yeah.
You ain't shit. You did some foul shit. But you know what? I'm glad Malcolm did what he did because you'll never do that shit again. He'll never do that. He ain't gonna never forget that.
Yeah. So
nigga brought his parents to set the next day.
Nigga tried to act wholesome.
You ain't gonna
nigga came with a cross on his chest.
Motherfucker say you like people be. What I don't like about the industry is people be real tough and they'll act a certain way and treat people disrespectful in this industry. And it's like you don't know who nobody is.
Yeah.
Don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Cause I'm you know me, I'm nice.
Yeah.
But it's a whole nother side to this coin.
Yeah,
and
for
it's
sure.
like people will do shit and they'll say shit in front of people and they try to be disrespectful and rude and allow their little fame and their celebrity or whatever they got to be their bubble.
Yeah.
But motherfuckers will catch you outside.
Hold 1 second. Hold that exact thought. Safe, just in case if anything goes left. I don't know how long this camera records for, but and this is a good conversation, Gail. I really appreciate you for even doing this. I was a little in my feelings because you couldn't do it yesterday. I ain't gonna hold you, but you came and you gave me something
I felt
that
so
you
bad. I forgot we
like,
had to go to
this
the court.
This motherfucker Gail got everything in the world to do. What the?
I was like, God,
she ain't got time for her nigga, dog.
I'm sorry, I did. It's just it was so late. The thing is, if Derek wouldn't, I didn't say my name. If he wouldn't have took off work for it. For us to go do this, I was like, fuck.
I understand.
I was like, okay, that's my fault.
And you know what? This is the last thing that I want to touch on. How has it been with just relationships and you being a black woman and trying to navigate and be a successful black woman? How has and again, you ain't got to say no names or nothing like that, but how has that maybe helped or hindered you, or just kind of talk about that, because there's also people
it's
going
so
through
difficult when you really love a person and you want to rise and they're not supportive.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult when you love a person and since garnered any type of success, I'm on my third boyfriend.
Okay.
You know, I had a guy who I was dating when I moved to LA.
Yep.
We're still great friends. It didn't work.
Uh-huh.
I had another one after him. That's dead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently in a relationship.
Okay.
So it's like really navigating and understanding people to accept and love and be supportive of all of you. Not just the you that they enjoy and they have fun with, but also the you that got to go to work. The you that got to engage with people. The you that is being supportive of the stuff you're doing. Mm-hmm. Understanding the difference between a character and a real person. Understanding like your dedication and your commitment to your roles, your projects, and just you as a human being. Understanding and putting y'all in the relationship first.
Yeah.
Understanding like, okay, I'm doing this for us.
Yeah.
This is my contribution to our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
To make sure we good, we straight, we further ahead. But it's different because it's like I think that it's very, very difficult in your grind stages. Because as of right now, I'm still in my grind stages. So my time may change. Shit can happen. Like yesterday was different, but shit can happen.
Yeah.
Like had I made a conscious choice to say, okay, I'm gonna put you first. We did have this plan first. So I'm gonna put something that's for my career and try to reschedule that. Because this was first.
Uh-huh.
But there's going to be times where it's like we could have a trip planned and I book something and I gotta go.
Yeah.
It's gonna be times where, yes, it's your birthday, but I can't fucking make it home. I'm literally filming today. So let me do all that I can. You gotta, being in a relationship while you're doing something like that, you gotta be with someone who is fucking secure. Cause I got male friends out the ass that I'm not fucking and have no attraction to. Love them, support them. Uh-huh. I'm gonna tell you I love you.
Yeah.
But that's it. I look at them the same way as look at my homegirls. I have 5 brothers, so one, I'm much more comfortable around dudes.
Yeah. I've always known that about you.
Yes.
And it's funny because a lot of girls get the negative stigma when they're comes around dudes like, oh, she a hoe, da 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 da. Like I've never in my head ever thought Gail Bean might be. Like, you don't even exude that at all. So let me just say, like, I already know, like, just the way that our relationship has been built. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never, you know what I'm saying, ever thought that. So
it's just sometimes
that's
around
important.
Females, I can sense that energy of like the catty negativeness that I don't have, that I can't relate to. And it's some girly things that I'm not a girly girl. Yeah. So I be feeling kind of like the awkward girl. The misadventures of the awkward black girl. Because I'm like, I'm a female, but like some of the stuff that they talking about, some of the things that I can relate to some of it, but other things I'm like, it's just not interesting to me.
Have you and
relationships are difficult though, with or in or not in this industry.
Yeah, relationships are difficult. Just period.
So
and I don't
just
think people
willing to put the effort in, having someone who's equally willing to put the effort in on days that they feel like it and days that they don't feel like it.
So, okay, 2 more questions and then we'll wrap it up. So, one, have you ever had to discuss maybe a sex scene or a kiss scene with your boyfriend at the time or anything like that? Have you ever had to encounter that and have that conversation or awkward moment?
No, but so when I was dating the guy I was with when I moved to LA, he was just like, you got to give me a heads up. Like, I can't just be watching shit and then I need a heads up so I know and can mentally prepare myself for what's about to happen.
Which is fair. I feel like that's fair. That's a fair ask.
That's just that. I mean, I think moving forward, I will get some roles that may be like intense. Mm-hmm. And I should probably have that conversation with my dude. Like, just a heads up.
How long have y'all been so far? How long y'all been together now?
9 months.
Okay.
Almost 10. It's about to be 10 months.
Okay. Congratulations on that. So
we have a relationship baby.
What?
It takes 9 months to make a baby, so.
Okay. I was like, what?
Our relationship had a baby.
I was like, what?
I have no kids. We have no babies.
Okay,
I'm not pregnant.
I was like, did we get it?
Won't be getting pregnant no time soon.
But okay, so there's that. And now let me ask you, are you familiar with B. Simone?
Okay, I am, but I'm not. Like, I'm not familiar with her, but on a podcast, somebody asked.
So my
something about her list. I guess she had this thing called a list.
Yeah. So, and I'll just catch you up to speed. So B. Simone is an influencer, a social media person. She went on live and she was saying that she doesn't want a guy who works a 9 to 5. A lot of people took it left and they saying, oh, you discrediting all these other guys, da. So, and the question is, do you think it's important to date in the industry so that person understands, or do you think it's important to not date in the industry?
I think it's personal preference. I don't think there's anything wrong with her not wanting 9 to 5. I don't want a nigga that got kids. Everybody has a preference. Like, it's hella people that will play stepmama.
And y'all not gonna cancel my girl over her saying that she don't want a nigga with kids. So
I'm sorry.
Fuck all that shit.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, fuck all that shit.
You and your baby mama and whatever raggedy shit you got going on over there. If your shit is good, I'm not gonna never date no dude. I tried it once because they said don't never say never. People convinced me. Try that shit. That shit was terrible.
For the birds.
For the birds.
And she's not saying that there aren't other people that can make it work. She's not saying it's her personal preference.
I'm saying I don't ever want to date someone with kids unless the baby mama is dead. Now, I could do that because there's not like any drama. There is not any influence on the child. Like, even if the relationship is good, people could have great, pleasing, amazing, supportive, loving, platonic relationships with their baby mama. I don't want a person with kids. So I feel like for her to say she don't want a guy who has a 9 to 5, that's her personal preference. Don't attack her. I feel like in the world, people are so sensitive and they're so attacking if a person has a different view of them. I don't date dudes in the industry.
Okay.
I don't date dudes in the industry. I don't date athletes. I don't date musicians. I don't date Greeks.
What's your that's actually funny. What's your reason for not dating in the industry specifically? Like what's the meaning behind that? Or the reasoning, sorry.
I just don't feel like I'm gonna run into the type of guys I like. I like an educated thug ass Atlanta ass nigga.
Yeah, she has always liked that. Every
that's
time.
Always been me. I like a nigga that's gonna pull the stick out. Like,
oh my God.
I want a nigga that's gonna air this bitch out. Like,
you still in the bad boys, Gail?
I'm in the bad boys.
Come on,
but
man.
The educated ones, right?
Gotcha.
Like,
okay.
And I don't care. You could date a person in the industry. You could date a person who don't have a 9 to 5 that's checked up. That don't mean he giving you none of his check.
Yeah.
I could date the motherfucking janitor. You gonna give me all your check. Like, I want someone who has the same values as me. Like, you don't have to be me. Like, you don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to go to church, listen to be God. But I want you to not be an atheist.
Yeah.
Like,
understandable.
I want you to be family oriented. I want you to enjoy having a good time. Yeah. I want you to not take everything so serious. You got to be able to play, laugh, joke.
Got to.
There's just certain things that I like in a man, and I feel like everybody has their own personal preference. I don't think she's wrong for saying she don't want to do the 9 to 5. From what I had heard was that she had created this list, and it was something like, if you not bringing the same thing he bringing to the table, you can't date him or something like that. And I just felt like
she said multiple things that has gotten her canceled for, but that was like the initial start was when she started talking about the 9 to 5.
But we so big on this cancel culture. When the fuck we gonna cancel people for slavery? When the fuck we gonna cancel people for oppressing black people?
Cancel culture is the biggest bullshit I have ever seen. It's just some shit that people want to fucking talk about and write dissertations on fucking Twitter. Everybody that's ever hated on B. Simone are all niggas beneath B. Simone. You never see anybody.
Know her. I heard of that. There's only 2 instances I've heard of that, and then there was some instance where it was a book that she had, I guess, plagiarized, had somebody else's book or something, some shit. But
But that's my thing. Just listen to that.
I hear something and I don't follow it enough to be like, let me.
You
go
don't
do
give
research.
it because you got your own thing going on. You're not hating on B. Simone. It's only people who are beneath. That's the only people that ever hate on you. People that want to be you or people that are beneath you. You never see. Do you fucking see anybody that makes more money than B. Simone talking about her? Nobody does that shit because they don't fucking give a fuck. But it's people who don't have shit to do with their life on Twitter, on Clubhouse. These niggas who want to write a fucking... It doesn't matter what she likes. It's not your life. Yeah. Let her live her life. Like, I be looking at this shit like, why the fuck do y'all care what she likes? Why? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Now, I can say if she's like... doing something detrimental to culture and people are like, no, we just need you to course correct because you're doing something detrimental. Everything she's done is not detrimental. And the crazy thing is, every time B. Simone has been canceled, B. Simone has made more money.
Oh, wow.
That's the craziest part that people don't even understand.
Shit, girl, keep getting canceled.
She got her own beauty line. B. Simone will probably be a name next to L'Oreal, Revlon, and all of that. Wow. She has her own beauty line. And she be selling the fuck out. I'm talking about like she will get on live and be like, oh, I got this new little color. Shit will sell out in 30 minutes. Oh, and I'm like, y'all trying to cancel her for what? Why are y'all? And so that shit, I'm never worried about fucking cancel culture because I'm like, y'all niggas, 1, don't pay me. 2, y'all not fucking me. And 3, y'all aren't feeding me. So none of like, granted, and I'm not saying that my fans are my fans, you know what I'm saying? So they're going to ride with me. And I'm not saying that I'm just nigga operating so left that I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, I also am better at reading the room.
I mean, where's she from? She a black female. Where's she from?
She's from, where's she from? She's not from here. She just lives in Atlanta, though. She came from, I want to say Texas. Nope. She's on my list. Okay. She is on my list of people to meet. Nice. Oh, shit. My girlfriend's here, too, now. But, you know, it's been a pleasure having you on this podcast. I really appreciate you for showing up, and you gave me more than enough. This shit like 2 hours. Thank you. Almost Lonnie. 2 hours, and a lot of these clips are gonna be cut up. So it's important. Everything you said about Buddy, who was doing that fuck shit and you know, that stuff. Like, I'm really sorry that happened to you. Shout out to Malcolm Mays for stepping up and being a black man and protecting a black woman like we should. We need more of that. We need to hear these stories. We need to know. Even if and I'm not saying your allegations are false or anything. Even if the allegations are false, I think we need to have these conversations and repair this damage. We as black people are too damaged. Like, we can't afford to be damaged no more. So we got to come together and work together. I didn't even expect nothing from that. Like, I didn't expect nothing. I just wrote it off. I'm not out here like, oh, let me put this nigga on blast. Let me tell everybody. Because I'm not I'm petty, but I ain't vindictive. Okay. So I know how hard people work to get jobs. I'm not trying. And you wasn't trying to ruin Buddy money. You just wanted an apology. Wasn't asking for. You ain't even take the nigga to court. I didn't even ask for the apology. Malcolm he requested the apology. I was like, I just wrote it off as this nigga is a fuck nigga. Man, Gail, you could have went to a blog site and you could have blasted Buddy. and he would have never got work again. But you didn't do that.
I didn't.
You kept it to yourself, and it could have hurt you. Who knows? You might still be healing from this. But the fact that I'm glad that you were open enough to have that conversation. And now that I know who Buddy is, I know I'm gonna run into him. I know I am, and I'm gonna have that same energy. It's nah, my boy. Step back first off, because I've already heard about you, and if you ain't trying to address this, then just move out the way, please, because at the point I'm at right now, I don't need a fucking person. I'm the one hiring all these actors and actresses. So as soon as if Buddy name ever hit my desk, we on to the. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if he got 9 Oscars.
Yeah.
No, we good. Let me get somebody. I'll go to the fucking hood and get
I'll make a nigga with an Oscar.
Come on, man.
People be acting like you gotta. This is the thing.
Man.
What I really hate. People act like you need them. Don't nobody need me on their set. I'm grateful every time I walk on anybody's set. Grateful for any project. Still grateful for Snowfall. Even with that.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they didn't know. I didn't disclose that information before. They didn't disclose to me who they cast. Even once they called me about it, I didn't even want to discuss it. I told them if we're going to talk about Malcolm, we're going to have to discuss some other shit. That's just what it is. We're not talking about one thing without talking about the other. Yeah. Because if he going to be in trouble for some shit, let's get down to what it really is on the fact that I was in a situation where I was uncomfortable and it could have been another situation.
Exactly.
And it could have really went left.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Buddy was a whole bitch for that. I don't appreciate him for that. So
yeah.
So and you know, please, and this is just between me and you. If you ever come into any situation, I know we're going to be operating in the same space. So if you ever have any situations like that, please give me the heads up so I know.
I will.
You know what I'm saying? Just because I don't want to associate myself with somebody who has hurt my friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that has helped me at a point in my life when, you know what I'm saying, you've taught me more things than you've taught me, or helped me in ways that you never thought. So for somebody to have done that to somebody that I care about, I'm not standing for it at all. So so please, anytime you go through that, let me know. And we will TK just walked in. But yeah, so y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all please follow Gail Bean. Give him your social media.
Insta INSTA_B3AN. That's my Instagram. Twitter Gail_Bean. Facebook, actress Gail Bean. Gail Bean on all things social. Like you can find me. And that's it. And
she's on Snowfall. Y'all just filmed, what was that?
Season 4. We just finished filming season 4. It's airing right now on FX. You can also watch it on Hulu Hulu has all of the past episodes.
Okay.
And I'll be on another show coming soon. It's gonna blow y'all motherfucking minds. It's gonna make all of Atlanta stand up.
Hey, so, talk that talk, man. Talk that talk.
I'm excited.
Okay, all right. So y'all check my girl out. I really appreciate you again. And hell, I want to have this conversation in maybe a few months from now. Whatever, because I love to see the growth and hell, this is 10 years of growth that we sitting here right now. We've known each other 10 years, and we've gotten to this point. So. All right, y'all. Make sure I like, comment, and subscribe. And that's the episode.
All right, bye.